Well, new data released today, sourced from the National Institute of Children's Health, shows that the child care crisis across the country is affecting parents' job stability. Specifically here in our state, 15% of young children belong to families in which someone quit, changed, or refused a job because of not having child care. Local parents I spoke with tonight tell me it's hard to find and even harder to afford. The Annie E. Casey Foundation just released its annual Kids Count data book, which shows statistics pulled from the National Institute of Children's Health. Here in our state, more than half of working parents reported being late to work or had to leave early due to a lack of childcare. And almost a quarter of South Carolina parents have been fired for lack of childcare. Sarah Knox is the Senior Director of Policy and Advocacy at Child's Trust of South Carolina. She says the child care crisis in the state is multi-layered.
In South Carolina, child care workers on average are paid less than $11 an hour. On average, that rate is $10.94. That's the fourth worst in the nation. We rank 46th in terms of that pay. When we compare ourselves to our neighboring states of North Carolina and Georgia, North Carolina's average is higher at $12.87, and Georgia's is slightly higher at $11.71.
Local moms I spoke with say the price for childcare is only rising too. Many citing the cost ranges from $150 to $220 a week.
So it starts off more expensive in the infant room, which when we started, he was $190 as an infant, and it's supposed to progressively get cheaper. But we're paying what we were paying when he was an infant now as a almost 5-year-old.
In fact, according to the Child's Trust of South Carolina, this fall, parents could see costs rise even more if Congress doesn't act. Emergency pandemic funds that have helped 220,000 child care providers stay afloat will run out on September 30th. Furthermore,
a lot of the work from home from COVID are now having to go back into the office. So I think that's also putting a demand on the system.
All this to say, the government agency Child's Trust of South Carolina tells News 19 their policy committee is currently working on solutions and will ramp up these efforts to propose ideas to the state legislature sometime this fall or winter. Now, one of the moms I spoke with tonight says she found daycare scholarships through the State Department of Health and Human Services.